Wakili AI was founded in 2023 by Naftal Nyabuto. He's currently the CEO of Mzawadi Group, a technology company that is based in Kenya. Now they have a motivation and have actually implemented it to ensure that it's working with NGOs and communities from across Africa. Now, with the creation of Wakili AI, we're trying to use that technology to bridge the gap in the legal world, or that's what they are up to, and we are here to find out exactly in what ways. I'm sitting down with the VP products at Wakili AI, Collins Mwangi. I'm just going to give him a chance to do introduction to him, to Wakili AI, trusted legal companion. Atuambie how much of trust we need to have in the trusted legal companion that is Wakili AI. Welcome to the show, bro. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
My name is Collins Mwangi, from Wakili AI. That is, the newest product in town, and in this aspect, AI. Yes.
Right. Let's talk about AI first before we get into Wakili AI. Blanket statement, blanket question. What do you think of AI? Should we be worried? Should we not be worried? As someone who's been actively in that space, kuna so many concerns people have now, and I'm sure even with Wakili AI, lawyers are getting a few jitters. They're like, hey man, am I being replaced? And I think that's the biggest concern with everyone, from writers to lawyers to artists, musicians, composers, producers, anyone who's doing anything really right now, maybe except Mama Mboga and construction workers. And you never know. The question is, am I being replaced?
So to just answer the first question, should we be worried of AI? The answer should be no. We should be cautious. AI is becoming more of a tool, less of a threat. So AI is here to help us as humans to make sure that whatever we could not be able to do quite faster or streamline it, AI is here to streamline things, and it's here to give us, to help us make a way forward on some things. Okay. To just take caution on how to use it well, and so that we do not create products that would distract us, but rather products that will build us.
So there's also need for us to think about how we might create products that will be a threat to us, not AI itself being maybe a threat to us, as you said there. Sometimes it could be we are very good at it that we didn't think that maybe we are the ones who might be the problem. But as you said, it's a tool. It's more of a tool as it was with automation, with calculators, with computers. Now we don't have fax machines anymore. And finally, we're talking about the law, right? Yes. How has your journey been in AI, personally speaking, before Wakili AI, and then now we can get to the product itself?
So personally on AI, I've been working on AI products previously at different companies that were dealing with AI. And AI is very diverse. AI is in all aspects. There's AI in health, there's AI in education, there's AI even in science, there's AI in medical care, and now there's AI in law. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
How has been your personal journey in developing AI tools? Is it getting easier with AI as well? Helping you build products? How's it been like up until Wakili?
So it is obviously a challenging journey, but also a journey that you learn every single day, and a journey that you are working to build ethical AI and AIs that are here to build up and to streamline how things are working, and also to streamline how things will be even in future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wakili AI emphasizes free service to democratize access to justice. When we say Wakili AI, for someone who's now just watching this, and we're trying to democratize access to justice for people who are likely not even aware of what AI in-depth is. So if you can break it down on what Wakili AI is and how this is going to ensure justice is served to as many people as possible.
So as you know, Wakili AI is an API, which is a tool that you're able to access online on any of your browser, be it Google Chrome, browser Firefox, or any browser that you use to get to the internet. So you are able to log into www.wakili.org and you're able to, if it's your first time, you're able to sign up there, or if it's your second time, you're able to log in, and then you're able to ask questions. So basically how Wakili AI works, like you said, we are trying to democratize access to justice. There was a study that was made in 2017 by HIIL. This is the Hague guys. And they noticed in that year, which the statistics are probably the same, or they are even coming at least to, and the study showed 70% of the individuals in Kenya, because it was carried out in all the counties of Kenya, 70% of Kenyans, they are not able to access to justice. So either they are fearing, they do not have the right tools, they feel that the legal procedures are way too heavy, I do not want to go through that route. And so the Kenyans would want something that they are able to relate with, and something they are is able to simplify this whole legal jargon to them. And they would want something that would make things simpler. You know the language of our learned friends. Yeah.
So make it simpler, more understandable.
Yes.
To them. So this is something that they can access on any device that they have.
Yes. So in fact, you can access Wakili AI currently, even as we are speaking.
I'm on it.
Yeah, you can access Wakili AI on your mobile phone, on your tablet. Just go to your browser of your choice, write wakili.org, and you'll be able to see us there. Then you'll be able to log in, ask your question. For example, just speaking of the many problems that we are facing with our normal society in matters law. You know, they normally say the law is like a spider web. It has a string in every aspect, you know, be it your relationship with your landlord, your relationship, you know, in your workplace, your relationship with your colleagues, you know, your family. The law has something that it says about it. And you see, even as democratizing access to justice, we still want to build people and communities that are law abiders, people who have the respect of the law, and they uphold the rule of the law.
I was actually going exactly into that question, because on your website, which is wakili.org, there's been a number indicated there, 65,450 consultations that have happened. And this is a significant number within a short time frame. I needed an elaboration maybe on some of the types of legal issues these consultations have that have been passed to the platform are like, and how the Wakili AI has been able to help them navigate the legal system as such.
So I want to first start with the numbers. The number is
65,450.
So the number is 65K.
455, yeah. So they've refreshed that on the screen. It's more.
So if they're able to display it, it would be great. So, well, as you can see, the number 65,455. This number on Wakili AI has been achieved in 3 months. So this tells you of how many Kenyans, you know, in all the counties, from Turkana, huko juu, to Malindi, Mombasa, left side of the country. So if you look at that number, 65K, it has been achieved because we've been in operation for the last 3 months. You know, that's how we've been only operating for the program has been operating for 3 months. And it tells you, if in a span of less than 3 months, we have over 65K free consultations. The 65 consultations you are seeing, all of them are free. And the product is, there's the privacy aspect of it. We do not share what our clients are asking or what our clients are requesting from Wakili AI. Again, we have the certifications for data privacy. So
I was actually going to ask that. They say, you know, it's between me and my lawyer. I am on wakili.org. Is it between me and the organization that is Wakili AI?
Yeah, so once you are able to visit Wakili AI, the consultations that you get, number one, they are free. Number two, they happen anytime, you know, 24/7 access. You know, it is very instant, very accurate, and it is to the language that you understand. I think I should also mention Wakili AI has over 40 languages. So this includes from Swahili, English, French, Chinese. you know, our country now is becoming a big society where we have people coming from abroad. They come in, you know, tourism, staying here. We have Chinese people, and they'll also be accorded the same treatment the law gives. So if you are a Chinese man out there, or someone who just came from a country that you do not speak English, and you're in the Kenyan premises or in the Kenyan jurisdiction, as they would call, so you are a subject of that law. So if you get yourself on the other side of the hunt, so you're able to ask Wakili in your own language. Let's say you are a young man out there and you do not know even how to speak Swahili. You're able to log into Wakili AI. You're able to ask it with Swahili or even that sheg, and tell it, nimeshikwa na huyu karao, this is the problem, nataka hivi, rada ni gani, and you know, Wakili will tell you, you know, what to do. Yeah.
Okay. So those are the specific ways in which the legal issues are being addressed, and I like that way of navigating the legal system on the spot. Kama wewe ni diplomat and you've bumped into my car on Thika Road, badala ni kudanganya, you could hop on to Wakili AI, say, what happens when I do this in Kenya, and what steps should I?
Actually, the way we say democratizing access to justice, and how I just said previously, using your phone to get access to justice, imagine that it is very simple, that I just need to pull up my phone, log in there, if I have like a matter at hand. You know, look at some of the community engagements that we had last week with KU and JQuat students. We were doing legal and some team in ICJ and some other advocates. So we went there, we had community work at Ngara Market, and so would even visit this business women in the market and the businessmen, and would ask them, how is business looking like? Do you understand that the law is also part of your business? And they would be like, oh yes. And then we would ask them, what about your contracts? Are you on the right term, you know, with the law? And they're like, we've been having problems with drafting contracts against one another. And then you ask them, and then they would tell you, the process is very tiresome, it's a lot of work. So we asked them, hey, please, would you visit Wakili? And what language are you comfortable with? Some would go for English, some would go for Swahili. And then we'd ask them, please draft a contract between Mama so-and-so, because she's the supplier to this lady, and in other SMEs, you know, small, medium enterprises. And they would get a good contract that binds the two parties, and they're able to conduct business together. You know, this happened, I think, last week at Ngara Market.
Right. So that's democracy even to businesses, small businesses, mama mboga, mtu amemthreaten anamtolea kibanda, vitu kama hizo. Those are these things they can quickly have a look at. Kanjo amenishika, what are they allowed to do? What are they not allowed to do?
So maybe also to add on that, you see, previously, and also from the record that we had from the study on 2017 by the Hague team in Kenya, if you could view it on a layman's language to say, you'd say sheria ni inaumiza huyu mdogo, lakini huyu ako juu haimguzi, you know, and it's a common phrase you hear in the
law applies to you only when you're poor.
But you know, Wakili has democratized that. It means even if I do not have a coin in my pocket, and Nina feel that I need access to justice, and I really do not know what to do, I can log in at Wakili, I can know what are my rights, what does the law say about this specific topic or this specific scenario that I'm having, you know.
All right. Brings me to my other question, and because there's so many questions that we can ask about this, I'm going to bounce back between my audience and the questions that I have. The next one is from this first question is from Debbie Rono. She's asking, and I want to tie it to what I was going to ask next. She's asking, is Wakili AI accurate, or I'll find myself in jail because AI lied to me? And had something similar to that, which is on how Wakili AI will handle complex legal issues. How does that bridging of the gap happen? Like, you know, when now it's a serious, complex legal issue that I'm presented with. Is there a way to bridge that gap and also to answer on matters of accuracy from Debbie Ron?
So, Debbie Rono, I would want to ask you first to visit Wakili AI and just present a complex case. I think we had some. I think we had some clips showing of people using it, the testimonials.
Yeah.
So maybe if they're able to play them around.
Yeah, we'll play them. Go on. They'll be showing on the screen alongside.
So you can see. So Debbie, to first just answer your question. If you are able to look at that, this is someone asking Wakili AI what they have. So this was from Mr. Geoffrey, who we were doing a demo with him because he really wanted to know what about it. So, and I told him, hey, Mr. Geoffrey, you know, you may have your consent. Yes, I said yes. And so we said, let's see how it works. So as you can see from your screen, you are able to ask a complex question that regardless of what. So to answer on accuracy, Wakili AI is accurate. We have been working with teams of lawyers, teams of all these stakeholders in law who are here to give us their insight, to help us understand what is the legal way of this. And so in matters accuracy, Wakili AI is accurate. It is 99.9 accurate.
Okay.
Again, there is no day that you will get Wakili AI taking you to, that you will ask Wakili AI.
And then gives you something that's wrong.
Yeah, we call that, in the AI, we call it hallucination. So Wakili AI does not hallucinate. We make sure that our systems are checked and they're in the right order.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. So it can handle complex issues clearly.
Yeah.
As you had there, and as you've seen from the demo that is on the screen. Developing and maintaining such a sophisticated AI requires a lot of ongoing resource. How's that looking like on your end?
So, well, to answer that, point blank, Wakili AI, we've been operating on our founders' resources. That means we really do not have a lot of, funds and resources to help us do this. And in this aspect, we'd be asking, NGOs, people who are willing to come in good faith and support us to help people to get access to justice. So we are asking for any well-wishers, any donors to, come in and let's talk about how we can make this happen, Yeah.
Okay. So if we are talking about the future of adaptation of Wakili AI, are there some maybe different legal jurisdictions and some challenges you anticipate in adapting this service?
So just to also answer another question that comes hand in hand with the same. So for now, we do not see any. What we have been seeing, we've been seeing that people are quite scared. When you tell them there is AI, and the same question you were asking the first time, is it coming to take my job away?
Yeah, and there's actually another very same question, I'm guessing is from someone who's a lawyer or concerned, Mugeni Nelly, saying what does the future hold for our lawyers when the technology is taking over?
Yes. So let me give a good example. So, when we interact with the lawyers, and this is what lawyers really appreciate our products for. I noticed, you noticed, we had a webinar. We had a free webinar that was the Valentine Times. We were asking them, do you know that the law also talks about you and your family and love life, And so we had these lawyers from the high courts, and we did a free webinar that was educating people. And so even as we work with these lawyers, one of the things they really happen to appreciate about us, think of, I'm a lawyer sitting in their office right now, and then what's the name of that lady who I've asked? Her name is?
Let me get Nelly.
Yeah, Nelly.
Mugeni.
So Nelly, just to answer you directly, so I'm Nelly and I have a problem at work. My boss has just fired me. He's not following the law, how the whole Employment Act of 2007 says. We had a meeting yesterday night with some folks, and we were having that conversation. What's the law? What's the law take on my employment? And so Nelly texts there and says, I have problems X and Y. Now, you as a lawyer, when you're seated there in the office, you might not have that direct contact to who? to Nelly. So if Nelly asks there and Wakili gives its free consultation, Wakili down there will ask Nelly, would you like to contact a lawyer? So Wakili AI in this B2C model and at the same B2B model, the business model, is able to link Nelly to a lawyer, and this lawyer, in this aspect, let's say it's a case on pro bono, Nelly is able to get access to a lawyer and she's able to get a good representation. So, for instance, I would want to give like Mr. Naftal, our CEO story. Yeah? So his father gets terminated on work without proper notice. He's being told, wewe mzee, kazi imeisha, usireport kesho. You know, these are the very same things. This happens every single time. Look at even the conversation with your landlord. At times, when it's informal, wewe nani, enda nyumbani. You know, leo padlock, tomorrow you don't have a place to go. So Mr. Naftal dads anambiwa, you go home and nothing happens, you know, like nobody's business. So now, if at the time we had Wakili, what would he have done? He would have gone there and asked. And so Wakili is able to, one, link you to also a lawyer, and to link you with also, like, you know, the lawyers that are experts in those fields. Because we also have Wakili for lawyers. If you visit our page, you will notice there is become a recommended lawyer. There are some criteria you need to work on. We've been also working out with these legal bodies and trying to see ways how lawyers will also
be a part of this.
They're already a part of it, but try and revamp it and make sure that you are always able to get a lawyer, which is the case as we are talking. So to Nelly, you can always reach out to a lawyer through that. So it means we are not scaring lawyers away. In fact, we are making them to reach their clients simpler. A good example is when you have like a case, let's say in Samburu. So you have an FGM case in Samburu, and you're a lawyer here in Nairobi or maybe Samburu town. So, you know, Wakili is saving you so much time that you do not need to travel all that distance, but you're able to interact with clients around the country. So this is what the bit that lawyers appreciate, that I'm able to communicate with my clients. So this is through the platform.
Right. Let's now then emphasize, because more of these questions still revolve around the clientele and the products and services that you offer. How do those look like?
So, well, the service that we are offering currently, it's for everyone, and it includes every single person. This is on the B2C. So Wakili is free, and it can help you with any aspect of the law, from drafting a contract, settling a debt payment, business upgrading and upskilling. What do I need? So that's it. And the other one is on the B2B, the business model. This is us and the lawyers, people of the law. And I think we are not here to talk about that much. We are here to talk about Wakili for Good. That is for B2C.
Okay. So for people who want to be testing this out, I'm just reminding them to follow along the conversation while still on the platform, which is wakili.org. And you can also do that on your phone. Check out, log in. I think the process is pretty simple. It's a simple login process and creating of account. And then you can now set your prompts there. Uliza anything whatsoever, and you have a challenge, send it through to us. We get to ask here. Is there a plan to have a Wakili law firm?
Well, there is. Actually, we should say we are the #1 in the world, fastest growing, and the only Wakili AI low tech farm. Yes. So
low tech farm.
Yes, low tech farm. So this is technology and the law. Yes.
Okay. Here is something we've been forwarded. I said we'll be interacting with the audience and with you to try and cover as much of the concerns and questions as possible. Someone is trying to prompt Wakili, as a lady, is it right to get handcuffed during arrest? In a case where this happens, how should I go about it?
So I think she's asking of something we would call it sexual harassment. So, well, the law says you should be arrested if you're a female, by a female, if you're a male, by male. Not only at exceptional circumstances would you not be handcuffed. So yes, but I like that question she has asked. So, for instance,
on the spot, Apple.
Yeah.
Do you tell the police officer to wait for you to check out to talk to your lawyer, or?
You see, when you get arrested, you need to be calm and to be collected. So I want to use another good example. You know, one time I got arrested, you know, along Kiambu Road, traffic issues, and this police is asking for bribes and so much. On the way, she's giving those kinds of examples. Well, at this time, Wakili was not there. So then, so I said, no, I won't give bribes. My faith doesn't allow me to do so. And so, you know, we went to the court. So he took me there, and so this policeman, we were put uko nyuma kwa cells, and so this explains the democratizing to access bit. So when we were there hapo nyuma, as you wait for your hearing, so there's this police who comes and tells you, mkiitwa pale mbele, you just go tell the magistrate, I'm sorry, this won't happen again. That's not how the law works. You know, like at times you get, that's why we are talking of democratizing access to justice. So tukakalishwa hapo chini, wanasema ukiitwa hapo mbele, just go, plead guilty, apologize, and that's it. And I knew, I had all the documentations that were being asked of. It's only I didn't have them right away with me. So they take me to court, and I said no. So, and when we were seated there, we noticed that every single guy that were arrested, they went and pleaded guilty. Think of even you at home. You have someone at home who got arrested, and they went and they pleaded guilty. There's something called appealing. Now you have Wakili AI. You can go and visit them on prison. Rethink of that case, how it happened. Type at Wakili, ask for consultation, you know, and then you'll know what to do and what not to do. So in my case, I went and I said, no, I'm not guilty. I have the documents you're asking. And later I came and gave them out. So think of those many Kenyans and those Masais wenye wanashikango pale, wanapelekwa wanaambia, you just go and say yes. You know, that's what happens in Kenya. Like, that's what happens.
To something that you haven't done.
Yeah, that's what happens there. You can visit these people in the cells, wakiwa wameshikwa, and also in the prisons. You know, if it's in the prison case and they did not do it right, you can look for appealing again, and Wakil will be here to help you. If you have a loved one behind the bars and they are struggling with appealing, visit them. Make sure your smartphone is on. Ask them, how can we do this case again? And you'll be able to see the procedure of appealing. So that's how we are trying to democratize to justice. Tuseme umeenda nyumbani leo here, you go and visit your folks back at home. And they have those especially home, there is those kinds of land disputes. Huyu amechukua mpaka wako, huyu mwingine. And you see, like, you don't know what to do. Visit there, you know, sit.
Bala kungoja chief, sijui atoke wapi, akuja tuambie nini.
We had a community in Kirinyaga. I think maybe they could be showing the community engagement, because that's bit. We had a community in Kirinyaga. They went and sat down and opened a laptop. And they started asking Wakili, you know, Wakili on the same thing. You know, today most people normally go to chiefs to talk about these aspects of the law. And we also looking for ways, how are we able to empower the chiefs? How are we able to empower these people who are helping Kenyans to access to justice? So that was a team that we were doing with them, the community activation. This is the KU Kusol team and the JKUAT School of Law. By the way, we've been running activations in schools. We've been running activations in the community. To make sure that people get access to justice. Yes.
You look at this and wonder.
This is Mama. That is Mama Wamboga there. That lady is Mama Wamboga.
Right.
There is also another lady who came Wasalon. Look at this. This is Mama Mboga. You know. This is our country. The hustler economy. They are wanashindwa law in apply aje na mimi. But you see, when you come there and tell them, niaje ma'am, you know what, you won't be needing to struggle. When you have something that's making you crack your head the whole night, there is Wakili. Look at on your smartphone. Right now, in that era of digitalization, everyone owns a smartphone.
You see this and you wonder, is this what President Ruto needed a meeting with CJ Koome? Angemtumia tu link. Wakili, this is what we are doing for justice. Because I love public engagement part of it, which is also sensitizing the public about matters of legal and justice. You know, tuko na watu wengi sana who found themselves in situations they don't even know what's going on, and they have no one else to help them, and eventually they are taken advantage of by the gaps that exist there between the system. Kwa hii swali tumetumia, which has helped us tackle a lot of things. The actual question was, there's a network error. I'm just going to show you straight up. There's a network error as they are trying to access. So what happens in this case? So if I have a network error, ama niko koti pale, do I get to call you guys to help me out?
If she's facing a network error, that could be the net on her side. Okay. Yes. So Wakili is up and running 24/7, and it's really well maintained. So the generative law is very prompt. Okay. So that's the issue with her network. Right. Yeah, you need some good network
internet connection for sure. Yeah. Jilo Mwamu is asking a question I think we've tackled, which is Wakili AI secure? How safe is my data? So maybe you can re-emphasize on that. If they can show there is the privacy aspect of it. We ensure the highest levels of securing and preserving constitutional privacy. We are paramount for our clients. As Wakili, we are dedicated to consistently safeguard our clients' data in alignment with the Kenyan law. The Office of Data Privacy in Kenya has given us that certificate of showing that we are in compliance and that none of your data that you have will ever be shared, with third party. So we have that, and we want to assure our clients and we want to assure the public out there that your data is safe and nothing that we will take care of your confidentiality. Yes. All right. So user experience and data privacy there, and natural language processing, which I think are the more technical aspects.
So that's talking of the GPT, generative law, and the natural language processing. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Yeah. Let's talk a bit about ethical AI, and then we can come and wrap it up. I just have so many questions to ask you about Wakili AI and also about AI in general. So I'm trying to narrow it down to ensure we are staying within the boundaries of this conversation. But ethical considerations, you've mentioned it earlier, building of ethical AI in addressing potential biases which are there within algorithms, unbiased legal information for users, to ensure fairness in general. How do you think of that? And maybe just a word of advice to anyone else who's building with AI. How can they think about ethical, how can they do ethical considerations as they're building AI products?
Well, there is a statement that once read that the world is at cross points of profits and ethical aspect of it. We want to ensure that our clients know that our Wakili AI team is dedicated to giving products that are ethical. These are products that are not dangerous to us. These are products that, even to answer the other question, we have teams of lawyers. We have teams of people who are directly related in this. We call them stakeholders. We have them on board that are always able to vet with us and tell us this is what we can do, this is what we can't do, and this is how the product will be out there for the consumption, so that there is no single day would have an AI. Also this is a wake-up call to other people who are developing AI in all aspects. We are here to make products that, tools for humanity, tools for good, tools that won't distract us, but rather tools that will empower us. The way I said AI, I like to call it a fork, a jembe, that tools that are going to help us to do things faster, than we did before. Tools that, you noticed, the government, and this is on the judiciary part, they launched an e-filing thing for is it yesterday or like in the course of this week? They had something like that. Though that's not AI, but look at it how it's simplifying things. So that's
still a technology product.
That's still a technology product. So we as Wakili AI, we are building products that are ethical in nature, and these are products for you and for me. I also use Wakili, you know. Yeah, you know, like I think I'm also one of the number one client. Yeah.
What I see there, and you're going to forgive me and your whole team, is a business opportunity. Kwa sababu mimi najua mimi ni mtu wa biashara Tuesday, so naangalia mali nataweza pesa. I just go to my village where maybe more than half of them do not have access to smartphones, and then I become their resident lawyer or legal consultant. You know, naambia watu kwa vile nyinyi mkikuwa na issue, nyinyi kujeni, and then when I come to my house, I just have wakili.org. Naambia kaeni hapa respondent and defendant.
You remember the picture that was showing the Madam Chief? This is Chief at Umoja area. Can we get that picture?
It's gonna come up.
So you remember that time, So normally you realize in our many communities, and especially pale nyumbani, what happens when you have a quarrel or a problem with anything, you have you go and meet the chief, you tell the chief this is the problem, and they help you. And you see, to our respective chiefs, these are people who we highly respect, and we know they are there to give a solution. So when I talked to her, I told her, what are some of the things you do normally solve? Unajua kazi ya chief ni solving things hapa na pale. So she told me the kinds of problems she was facing, and then I told her, what was your recent case you had? Then I told her, can we type it here? She said yes. And so she was like, wow, we need to run like an activation for chiefs in the country, so that even when citizens come to us, we are able to do that, you know. And you see, you know, this is what Wakili is saving you. You as a common mwananchi pale, you do not need to flap hiyo kitabu yote ya constitution. You just need to ask what is
said in the constitution about this.
Yes, and what is affecting me directly.
Okay.
You know. So I think that's it. Just to warn you, please don't go to your village and tell them you are a lawyer.
No.
But we would encourage the local community leaders who have access to a laptop or a smartphone to use it as a tool when you go to your village man pale nyumbani, or your senior people there, to ask them for that kind of help. You know, we encourage them, please look at it, what's the consultation. And I also want to give the viewers a challenge. You know, ask Wakili of anything. Ask it Employment Contract Act of 2007, and then ask it and look at the answer it gives you, the consultation that is, and then go and look at what does the constitution say about it. Yeah, to just counter check. That's the good way of proving Wakili is accurate.
Okay, very nice. Thank you very much for that clarification there. And of course, watu wa Kisii mningoje hapo. I'm just coming as a paralegal assistant to the chief.
Please do not be a quack lawyer. I just also wanted to mention something.
And we have had those cases.
I also wanted to mention on the same note, lawyers. So on our platform, we do not we do have an aspect called become a recommended lawyer. So if I think they're able to show it on the screen. So you can write Wakili AI, and then there's Wakili for lawyers. You can look at their app juu. So once you look at it, you will notice that you can become a recommended lawyer, and in this aspect, becoming one, you go there, you sign up. We'll ask you for specific details, and then we will vet you with LSK, the Law Society of Kenya, and all other bodies that are in respect to this, so that we can start thinking of working together.
Sawa, asante sana bro. I have just one last question.
Yes.
I have so many of them, I think we'll discuss even off air. But I have one which comes from my sister. She's a developer, very serious one at that. And she's watching the show, following through and testing Wakili. Anasema about Wakili, there's no option to clear my history.
So, like we said, we ensure that your data, remember I talked about privacy, we ensure that your data is not shared with anyone. The cashier that she gets, it's the conversation between her and the bot. So yes, and if she can try and refresh it, then it won't be there.
Yes. True. Refresh. Alafu unatuambia ni aje. You can also send them all those checks that you've done as a developer, waone kama wanaweza make changes. Thank you very much for creating time for us this morning here to extensively discuss about Wakili AI.
Maybe if one would want to reach us,
yes,
you
definitely.
can you can get our contacts.
Yeah, just say it.
You can visit on our website. You look at wakili.org, and also there's an email there, info@wakili.org, and you can send us an email. Our offices are at Kingston Residence along Gong Road. Would be happy to host you. In this aspect, are you a consumer of our product? Would you want to partner with us? Would you want to work with us? Are you even a lawyer? Are you anyone who that you hold the rule of law dearly to your heart? I would ask you to, please come, let's talk. We are very free to have a cup of coffee with you, and let's talk about helping Kenyans to have democratized access to justice. Yes,
right.
Thank you so much.
Asante sana Collins Mwangi. It is 9:52 in the morning, so we've had fun with you on the show. I just want you to finish this show with me as a co-host, kwa sababu we've stayed through to the end. But thank you very much for the conversation about Wakili AI. And as more people check in, maybe in the future with developments, we can have you back to what are the steps that have been made,
Yes.
It's important. And for business people...
Actually, would love to be showing, let people visit our social media. We are in all social media. Look at our community engagement. Would love to, one day have a feature that you can show what are people saying, what are these testimonials.
And maybe have you here and someone else who's used it to access justice. It will be a good testimonial.
So, next time we should have our consumer, a lawyer, and a panel to talk about it now.
Very nice. I love the forward-thinking nature. So because we're closing the show with you, you're going to read us the headline, and then there's usually a quote at the back of the Business Daily when you flip it at the back left here. But let me just begin with what I have, and then we'll come to you there. The Standard this morning, we couldn't have time for the newspaper review section, but grab yourself a copy of the dailies and see what's happening in your world. The Standard here, the front, the headline that's been prioritized is Infidelity, Murder, and Bizarre Rant. Evans Kosgei made scary remarks about his wife, Jacqueline Kimayo, accusing her of cheating and warned of dire consequences. This happened on social media, actually. If you go on Twitter, I think Evans Kosgei's account is still up. He documented the whole thing from the start to finish, to the time he found his lover was cheating on him. He documented it on Twitter. To the planning that he did to do it also did happen on Twitter. A very sad story that you can read for yourself. Also, this is part of access to justice. So think about that as you also read this. That's what is on the Standard. They have also other stories at the back there on sports. President William Ruto on page 5 about the meeting with MCAs at State House. So a realignment of the structures within the KK government. Hapa chini, there's also, my struggle to get a job after losing my leg, which is touching on people with disabilities, a conversation that we've had here. And the Awareness Day is on Friday. The Daily Nation, which should be shown to you right about now on the screen. The headline there is Licensed to Kill. Impunity of boda riders across the country. I mentioned this earlier when I was starting the show. A law in 2007 which allowed the proliferation of these motorcyclists all across the country. Licensed to Kill is there at the front of the Daily. They're showing a very interesting picture of someone on top of sacks of charcoal. That's the situation with our boda riders. They seem to be the same type of boda rider, whether you're in Kiambu or in Turkana. Maybe that license to kill really could be physical. Haiti police deployment still on, insists CS Kindiki. A story on the government which is supposed to send police officers to Haiti, where violence has now escalated, attacks on airports and other government facilities. And we're supposed to deploy 1,000 officers, all male, who have already been taken through standard operation training. Will they survive? That's a question you should ask yourself as the government prepares for that. Let's get what the Business Daily says. If you are the co-host
Oh yes. Just to say what you just said, license to kill. We had a time with boda boda guys, and we trained them on what the law says on the same Gara community. So our boda boda riders, we want to assure you, we do not want to see these kinds of headlines again. And the family thing you were saying, we had family law, and we trained people on the same. So on Business Daily, today, the headline is 400 rural hospitals to reject NHIF cards over 6 billion debt. So
so that's happening in NHIF as we wait for the rolling out of SHIF for the next 3 months. Some private hospitals, actually, all those 400 rural hospitals are private. They will be rejecting NHIF because the disbursement has not been done. The other thing interesting happening within the health system is crisis all across the insurance, which is the new one, SHIF. You will be making premiums but not getting any services up until July. What happens in between there if you... I don't know. CS Nakumicha, I don't know. Interns are yet to be posted. Medics are threatening over a looming strike because of that and more issues which are happening within the health ministry. So because today I was focusing on the positives, I will not speak so much about the Ministry of Health. Let's get the quote at the back of the Business Daily. If you flip just the back, the smack at the back on the right there, last word at your far right. Top right.
Oh, yes. Last word. You know, you do not need mentors, but in the end, you really just need to believe in yourself. Word said by Diana Ross, American singer and actress.
Right. You don't need mentors. You
just need to believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. This week, this has been Biashara Tuesday with me, Richard Okenye. On socials, we are at KUTV Kenya, at Richard_Okenye. This particular show comes to you on Monday and Tuesday. KUTV Rise Today. Monday, Art and Culture with Karen Blessing. And then I bring you conversations on business, politics, the economy, and technology like Wakili AI on Biashara Tuesday. Continue engaging us throughout the week. And I'm wishing you a very successful one. May your jokes be high, but your profits higher so that you can laugh all the way to the bank. I'll see you around.